And we are live. T minus 22 minutes until we get ourselves the cheeky FP2 Oh the Humanity. I feel like I'm celebrating and mourning concurrently the end of the 2025 season, but there are stakes, and it's Max and it's Lando and it's 12 points and it's chaos. Who you got, chap? Let me know. Who you got? Well, 62% of you saying that one Maximilian Verstappen's going to do it. I don't know, chat. I'm reconciling myself with Barcelona and the 9 points and all of this chaos. I have no idea what's going on. Ultimately, all you need to know, if Lando Norris nails himself a podium, then Houston, we have a problem. Lando Norris, number 4, drivers champion. Chaos. Chaos of the unbridled, unencumbered variety. Is it not? But no, I'm here for it. It's gonna get techier than techie things. No more DRS trains. DRS is indeed gonzo. Can you imagine? Oh, the humanity indeed. Robert, me and you both as far as knows. Do says Darius. Jeez, he looks confident, doesn't he? He looks confident, but he's gonna need favours. I will quote at the outset. Mark uses words again. I tweeted them out the other day, and he spoke about, listen, as improbable as the 12-point deficit is, not to say that if past his prologue it hasn't happened previously, as improbable as it is, Max Verstappen strikes a very confident character, as if somehow this is predestined. As if somehow he knows that Lando Norris isn't going to podium. What's going on, Ray? Hope everyone is doing all right. Diliora, you're a legend. Or will Lando Norris step up? I mean, the car's quick enough, right? He should, in inverted commas, be all right. 165 if you're watching concurrently. There's a couple of things that I wanted to go for, except for the sake, for his sake, let's hope not. Oh, the humanity. Do you want Lando to flop? Really? I don't dislike Lando Norris that much to wish bad upon him. My screen is frozen. I hope it is your side. Go on then. A couple of bits and bobs that we need to go through. Look, 12 points is the delta between Max and Lando Norris. 16 points is the delta between Lando and Oscar. Oh, the humanity. Wins over the course of the season. I'll bring this up before FP3, I promise. Wins over the course of the season, level 7 each. Poles over the course of the season, 7 for Lando and Max, 6 only for one Oscar Jack Piastri. Podiums, Lando Norris 17 as versus 15 and 14 for Oscar Piastri and Maximilian Verstappen respectively. And again, this comes from your F1 stats guy Dan on Twitter, Daniel Valente, legendary settings. Second places, Lando Norris. So go on then, if it ends up level, which it shouldn't, then on count back, Lando Norris has the whip hand. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous, Chad. What is going on? I'm too nervous. I'm scared, and I can't go, but it's too much. What are we doing here? Right, if we need to get ourselves some audio on. Oh. As we see a cheeky stat, right? Your boy needs to do some things here. Right, here we go. 231 of you watching concurrently. Let me say this at the outset because it is an important point. I'm grateful to each and every single one of you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me watching and talking about the weird and wacky world that is F1. And for that, I am appreciative, grateful ad nauseum in perpetuity. And I mean that. As we round 4th on the 2025 season, I'm nervous as fudge. I can't even... Right, there's going to need to be some Red Bulls here because otherwise your boy's going to... all Lando's got to do is follow McLaren. Listen, he's and by the way, we're going to have to talk about this later at length. I love how emotionally invested. Max, I can't cope with it, mate. I'm like, palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Do not miss your chance to blow. Let's go, Max. I appreciate you clarifying on the audio and visual. T-minus 18 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky FP3 round 24 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix season finale. Some exam answers to some very pertinent driver championship questions. What's going on, Andash? An irascible, to use the words of Peter D. Windsor, RB21, although they did look quick on hards in particular, as far as Max is concerned. Loads of FP1 rookies and particularly when I say FP1 rookies, of course, I am talking about the following drivers. I will read them all out at some point. I'll get there. It was Crawford. Here we go. It was in FP1. O'Ward in the McLaren. So too Leclerc, Arthur Leclerc, Leclerc Jr., as Giampiero Lambiase called him. Arvid Lindblad in the Red Bull of Sonoda-san, soon departed. Jack Crawford. So too Shields, Aaron, Hirakawa, Iwasa, and Browning. So it was proper rookie season. Right, I've got some work to do. Too much, you're a legend. I appreciate you, Ja. He's gonna get Artur is a legend. Yeah, no, he's hoping. Can you imagine seeing him in a Scuderia Ferrari car in the next couple of years, maybe alongside Ollie Behrman once Charles departs? Oh, the humanity. It's gonna get techier than techie things, isn't it? Oh, and breathe, chap. Otto was funny over the radio saying that Charles Leclerc is my brother is doing donuts. What's he doing donuts for? Well, Matt's made this season. True also. True. There's a stat that I was just looking at. I mean, the winning and the losing of this championship may well be in Barcelona. Let me bring this out. It's the middle portion of the season where the RB21 was just a dog, wasn't it? So between Miami and the Netherlands, Max versus Oscar Piastri. He just lost all the points. He lost 80 points, chat, cumulatively, for crying out loud. God, wasn't good enough, was it? Oh. Stressful. And then tack onto that the Barcelona instance. But then this is the conversation that we'll be having long after 2025 is finished. Can you separate the bark from the dog? If you take away Max Verstappen's edge, the hot-headedness, do you not lose some of the speed? Some of that innate God-tier level internal gyroscope? Do you not lose some of that feel, the ability to manipulate the car on and around the limits of adhesion? Do you not lose some of that? Surely this is the yin and the yang of Max Verstappen, surely, as of the time of writing. And of course he's maturing. That's as maybe, but still, Max Verstappen has himself a bite. He'll never hesitate to get his elbows up, particularly if he feels unjust, a sense of injustice, aggrieved at the altar of FIA incompetence. I say that to say this. The conversation that we're having is underneath the aegis of this. Is Zak Brown going to go against his will? Is he going to turn around and leverage some cheeky team orders? Can you explain why hards are faster than mediums this year? I thought soft and mediums would be faster than the hards. I think the softer compound tide, as in all year. Well, it depends on the climatic circumstances. Is it hot? Are you in low grip or high grip? Depends on the track, right? So I think these tyres I don't think they last. If you go hard over the course of one lap, I don't think they'll last. So it's your ability to balance for tyre deg as versus going balls to the wall. So I think I haven't answered your question holistically or robust as I should, Andrew. But I hope that gives you an insight. I don't think your initial supposition is a million miles away from the truth. But 9 times out of 10, you'll get softer tyre. I think you're talking in the race. In fact, I think that in qualifying, 9 times out of 10, the softer compound tyre will be quicker. Sometimes, though, I get you. So around some tracks, there was George who went late on a cheeky mediums, didn't he? In it, I can't remember the track. Was it Canada? There was a track at which George was super quick on the mediums, and there was a lot of debate as to whether you are right. It should be more delineated than that. I would concur, but I think it's all about circumstance and wear and deg, and then you have the climate in warmer conditions. How quickly you got to draw 2 lines on your graph, right? How quickly did the tyres fall away and eat into the ostensible positive delta that the soft tyres will have? Like it's a give and take. they're equal and opposite. The advantage in absolute terms, pace, as far as the softs, how quickly do they deg off and get lapped by the speed and the deg combination of the mediums or the hards? That's the question. And I'd concur, Andrew, sometimes around these tracks it's been like that offset has been exacerbated, probably quicker than you'd expect. Do teams get to choose individual tyres or tyre sets? No, so they get a set. Each team gets a set. I mean, it's not Ferrari back in the day, 2000 to 2004, when they had Bridgestones designed specifically for them and had 100,000 kilometres worth of testing. But no, they each get the same sets per race, depending on whether it's. I mean, they'll get a set of inters as well and wets to go. Just listening to Lauren Meckius. Meckius says we all work all our lives to be involved in this sort of moment. Meckius is happy, isn't he? Just to have a bite at the cherry. Lauren Meckius. Salamance 2, you're a legend. Can Kimi help Max at least once? At least once. So you're speaking, of course, to Kimi in Interlagos doing a god tier level of defence on Max Verstappen, a charging, raging bull of a Max Verstappen. And of course, you're referring to the fact that Kimi, in stark contrast to his performance at the Brazilian Grand Prix, decided that it was as good an opportunity as any in Qatar to drop off the track and allow Lando to get himself an extra 2 points. It would have been 10 points. Oh. Go on then, imagine this hypothetical games Le Mans 2. Imagine a world where Max Verstappen doesn't give away 9 points at Barcelona and Antonelli doesn't give an extra 2 points away. Oh my gosh, it would be the 1 point would be the delta. What are we doing? Oh dear. Hannah's Junior strategy. I'm sweating. Put 2k down after the double. Did you put 2k down? Jeez, Le Mans. Order. Mate, you'll be alright. I mean, I think you'll be alright. Kimi pulled an Osama bin Laden. Oh, God, at the Red Bull. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kimi's the bane of Max Verstappen's life. And all the while, Max Verstappen in his infinite maturity these days, as versus in yesteryear, just good mates with Kimi. Oh my God! I suppose the Red Bull Ring Austrian Grand Prix, Max was running around in about 7th, so not quite no harm, no foul, but less points lost than at Barcelona. 9 points in Barca, an additional 2 at Interlagos. It would have been 1 point there for chat. Oh, insanity. Whatever. The ifs and buts, the twists and turns of an F1 championship. Do you know what I mean? Fortuitous circumstances, they say, over the course of a season, 9 times out of 10 will lever themselves out. Kimi Bantonelli. Yeah. How about if Kimi didn't take him out in Austria? Not very many points by Kim there. I think Max was tracking in about 7th. He was lower. That was peak RB21, irascible circumstance, wasn't it? It was really difficult to drive then. You can say the same about Lando in Canada and Piastri in about 100%. It's if you're going to draw out the proper waterfall, then you've got to have red and green bars for all of Max, Oscar, and Lando. The unsafe release that took all the points in the sprint against Anthony. Oh my gosh, cry. Mate, you boys are gonna have to draw out a waterfall chart. Austria, Interlagos, and last week, yeah. There's been more than one. Sal Mance, you make the point, and very kind as always. Mats wouldn't have ended that race in 7th. True, also by a Kemga, but the car was a dog, wasn't it? So maybe 5, maybe end up in 5th. Between 25, 18, 15, 12, 10 points. Holy smoke. So you're talking about 10 plus 9 plus shoot. But Biochem Girl, like Lando Norris fans are screaming at the screen at the moment. You've got to do the same waterfall analysis for Lando and his DNF Sandvolt. So to Canada, it's techie, isn't it? And then the disqualification at Qatar. Lando should be gone clear, shouldn't he? He should be. I'm happy Verstappen talked with Kimi after the threats. After 100%, they're good mates. And I think word on the F1 curb is that Red Bull issued their apology by dint of Max Verstappen's say so. Get around that, chap. I mean, he's only 18 years old. What are we doing? Sometimes the footballification has upside, but with it also comes downside. And that sort of reprehensible behaviour from adults, grown people, is unacceptable at the altar of partisanship. No thanks. It's not. Ultimately, I mean, we feel passionately about it, but ultimately it's just a sport, isn't it? Although Bob Paisley used to say that football, F1 like football, is not life and death. It's much more important than that. Merck wants to stay ahead of RB in the constructors, so no help from Kimi. True also. But we're not talking about help from Kimi from that. We're talking about help from Kimi as far as how he interacts with the other drivers. Cameron Matz was P5 when he crashed. Was he P5? I thought he was about P7. I thought he was further back than that Planet X. And I looked at this the other day. Maybe you're right, mate. I'll defer to your infinite wisdom. Laura into Mamma Mia, I'm in love. Everyone's a big fan of Laura, aren't they? I'm not a big fan. They will do anything to keep Max in F1. That's what worries me for Sunday. And Max keeps talking about this, doesn't it? It's just content. Yes, either humanity, said Liam Parker, Chief Communications Officer of Liberty Media. I think they will. I think they understand that a rising Max Verstappen. I mean, you only need to look at the LNS numbers, the couple of races that Max did over there, right? If you want to manage it, listen. That Liam Parker tells you that this is content will let you know that this is, let's say that they need to be flexible, not quite kayfabe WWE settings, but nearly. There is something to be said for keeping Maximilian Verstappen in the sport for as long as possible. Of course, if unless you wish to engage in some sort of fiduciary malfeasance, you want to enrich your shareholders' value as a C-suite level executive. Your boy needs a bloody trim. Look at all this. Your boy needs to go to the barbers now. Final race of the year, Cameron. You couldn't even get to the barbers. Come on, son. It's not good enough. T-minus 4 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky race start. Oh, the humanity. Race start, FP2 session. It's going to be an important one. Again, lest we forget that qualifying this time tomorrow will be held at this time. So therefore your climatic circumstance, your ambience and track temperatures are likely to be around this. You'll see a couple of hot laps towards the dying embers of the session. As normal, we need Hannah Magic and McLaren Clusterfudge. I meant to read out this Zach Brown stuff, didn't I? Did mean to read. Zach Brown said if we get into the race and it becomes pretty clear that one has a chance and the other car doesn't, we're going to do what we can to win the Drivers' Championship. It's about bloody time. Welcome to common sense, Zach Brown. You weren't saying that a couple of weeks ago on the Beyond the Grid podcast, or maybe that was just me, lost in translation settings. Lest we forget then, he said that what they weren't going to do is play favourites, that they would take all of the negative downsides and outcomes that came from not playing favourites. 5.2 kilometres, 58 laps, 122.109 is your track lap record, max in 21. Elevation 10 metres, 341 kilometres, maximum velocity, and a cheeky 125 as your lap record. It's going to get techie around there. And I mean, do people really believe FIA helped Max back from 104 points? Andrew, go on, let me tell you tile compound. C3, C4, C5 compound size. Andrew, yeah, you understand that the footballification of F1 comes with a healthy dose of confirmation bias, right? That with that, I mean, there is you don't build your evidence and then make your decision according to. You make your mind up and then build your evidence around that. That's what confirmation bias is. And you think the FIA is corrupt and that your driver in Sir Lewis Hamilton is getting corrupted, is being I don't know what the words are. He's been gazumped, sabotage. Then you'll make any excuse, right? I've heard a load of it. Footballification of F1. It's a phrase that I've stolen from a radio host. Football hooliganism. I mean, it's like my team is the best and everybody else is rubbish. Do you know what I mean? My team are anointed deities, and every other team, not my team, it is cursed. The devil. That's what the footballification of F1 is. Or that's what footballification refers to. It alludes to confirmation bias. You know what I mean? Lewis Hamilton is the best thing that I've ever seen, and Maximilian Verstappen is the worst, or vice versa. Max Verstappen is the best, and Lewis Hamilton is the worst. And that's what's happening in F1. You can see it, and that's where that's the circumstance out of which springs the threat that Kimi Antonelli, an 18-year-old, by the way, got because he fell off the track and made a mistake. Yeah, perfect. Why don't you bathe in your infinite glory, F1 fans? Classy, very classy. Football is so boring now. 100%. I think no, football isn't boring, Andrew, but it is. I just don't have the bloody time to watch and or listen to it. So Charles Edward, you're a goat. So random 5 a.m. Ciao. You're an absolute legend. Infinite levels more committed than I. Getting ready for a canyon run. There's no reason why my M2 Akrapovic exhaust. Let's go, Sir Charles. Proper car, man. Akrapovic exhaust sound better than an F1 car. True. Very true, Sir Charles. Charles, what are you driving, chap? To have an Akrapovic? Does it end in Guinea? Surely. Should sound better than an F1 car today. Say it in my head. Bring back naturally aspirated V10s. That's my point, and I'm sticking to it. Leave a like and smash the sub. Road to 100k. So Charles, you're a legend. Mate, get out to the canyon a bit and drive safely. Although I know you'll be foot to the floor, mate. Get those Akrapovic exhaust sounds down you. And again, if you're not a piston head, go and check out some Akrapovic exhausts on some Lamborghinis. Although I've heard, Sir Charles, there's another one, a Ghilini. There's another exhaust that I keep hearing that people say sounds incredible. A Ghilini? No, I'll have a cheeky research. And Sir Charles, thank you for yesterday. I forgot to mention, mate. I don't think you were on the stream, but I saw that you blessed me again, mate. I'm grateful ad infinitum, Joe. In fairness, I went to sat and enjoy your canyon run, mate. Naturally aspirated all the way, right? Anything else is not worth doing. Michael Schumacher is the GOAT, says Andrew. Oh, in fairness, I went to Zandvoort this year and the cars sound so much better than I thought in person. J. Martin, but the compare and contrast is like 2004, the Ferrari then, I don't know. When you hear those cars, it's the sound needs no translation. I'd contend, as Ted Kravitz is talking about changes that McLaren are making, I contend that many of us on this stream got into the sport in no small part because of the way the cars sounded when we first started watching F1. There's a really good piece. One of the drivers' press conferences many moons ago now, Danny Rick and Carlos Sainz were asked, brilliant question for once by the accredited F1 media, were asked about the time when they first got into the cars, what jumped off the page at them. And Carlos Sainz, being so brilliant with his words, notwithstanding the fact that he's not a native English speaker, spoke to the visceral nature of the noise. Carlos Sainz said he felt like he was a bull rider, that he was about to do something very... And this is when he was younger, right? When he was just 6 years old, walking around the cars or whatever. And he said that when they started them up, he was like... It was like Neanderthal man settings, and he was looking at a T-Rex or something. It was scary. And Danny Rick echoed those sentiments. I'll dig out those clips. It was brilliant. I enjoy hearing F1 drivers get enthusiastic for once about the sport. It is the audio now, very visceral. You used to feel F1 cars from a mile away. They vibrated your spine 1000%. The V10s and V8 sounded amazing. I agree with Max. They just give you chills when you hear them. Touche. R.I.P. Murray Walker 1000%. He said once upon a time with T-minus 57 minutes on the FP2 docket, that anything can and usually does happen in the weird and wacky world that is F1 Valkyrie. Kira, I need to have a look at this Valkyrie. I don't know. I think cars need to look. Yeah, 100%, Jomo. Big up yourself, Sir Charles. You're a legend, mate. I think they need to. I don't know about the Valkyrie. Past 10 years around there, Crofty says. Pole has won. There's some stats. We'll go through stats proper before FP3. Cameron, you have to listen to the Cadillac wet car. Amori, those wet cars. There's a very famous Audi one. It was going past. I think it's like it's a hybrid. We'll look at it later. There's like a hybrid one where as it goes past the pits, the engine kicks in proper. It's like it's incredible. I've watched that far too many times for it to be healthy. The left air vent on my helmet says Charles Leclerc, pointing upwards, so it's going into my eye. If we can review that the next time I am in the box, please. Passag, Charles. Hey Cam, if there's a car run track, you're here for it. You bet your bottom dollar, Jomo. Visual in the house. The Cadillac V8 sounds awesome. Been watching F1 and football since '94. Let's go, Andrew. Let's go. Mate, Andrew, I find myself, maybe this is just me waving my stick at the moon, being the old man at the bar talking about things were better back in my day. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is exactly what I'm doing, but I find myself watching a load of old F1. I watched Lewis Hamilton far too much for it to be healthy. Back in 07 on Top Gear, bantering, talking about everything. There's a brilliant Lewis Hamilton interview with Brundle, and one similarly with Peter Windsor, friend of the channel, where they're talking about driving. Where's that Lewis Hamilton interview? I haven't heard him talk about driving for ages. Every time I see Lewis Hamilton in a camera, he's either raving or Met Galaing or complaining about the car and how bad it is. I miss Lewis. I miss driver Lewis. I know Peter Windsor, friend of the channel, makes this point more succinctly than you or me, that Lewis Hamilton needs to dial back to Rye House Lewis. But I think there's something to it. I haven't heard Lewis talk about. Do you remember the famous Top Gear piece where it's like a Senna homage? And Lewis Hamilton drives the old Senna car and talks about how amazing it is with the glint in his eye talking. That's what I miss. 90s was the best, says Andrew. From an F1 perspective and a football perspective, some might say. But again, maybe I'm just the old man at the bar. And Maury says, yeah, that's the same with all WEC cars. They start in electric, and then there's a famous video of one though, like when as it's going down the pits, it fires up and it's incredible. Love it. What's this? Oh yeah, Sky Sports using QR codes now as well. Yeah, say less. I'm not saying anything. Don't mind this. Get with the program. It's not lost on me that we started putting QR codes up, and now Sky Sports are doing this. Although Sky Sports, on this occasion, Sky Sports probably did it sooner than us. Maybe. Best memories 80s to 90s. We are old, aren't we, Dustin? We're giving away our age here, mate. Two goats, R9. Oh my gosh. Brazilian Ronaldo. Andrew, you speaking my language here, mate. Why are we getting so nostalgic? R9 Ronaldo. Can you spell peak football, mate? Doesn't get any better than that. If you're a football or soccer man, depending on where in the world you're watching from. Do me a favour, if you like the stream, then like the stream. It matters more than you may or may not realise. Important for the YouTubes, this sort of stuff. $400 of you watching concurrently. Right, we need to talk about CR7 over R9. Behave yourself, John. Behave yourself. Don't be saying there isn't room on this channel for such blasphemy of the football variety. T-minus 52 minutes on the FP2 dockets round 24 Abu Dhabi season finale. Currently top of your timing sheets, Ollie Behrman on a 24.744. Max Verstappen on softs, by the way, early, Ollie. No one else has gone onto softs just yet, apart from Esteban Ocon and Isaac Hadjar. Interesting. Why would they do it now? Or why would they not do it now even? Well, if you're going to like for like the due diligence as far as qualifying is concerned, then you want to do your hot laps at the end of this session, as all of the other 18 on the grid will. Why? Because that's when you're going to be conducting Q3. The climatic circumstance, the level of track evolution will be similar. Not the same, but very similar, with T-minus 51 minutes and 50 seconds left on the docket. Your wind is coming in 4 kilometers per hour from the northwest. Your track and ambient temperatures 30.4 and 25.6 degrees Celsius respectively. Very good channel for race car sounds if somebody should be interested. Bozzy, yeah, I think that's where I'm getting it from, Kira. You're a legend. I'm going to take a cheeky screenshot, although I shouldn't really, because my obsession with car sounds is a bit unhealthy, I'll be honest. Lando Norris. Oh, Max Verstappen. What's this guy doing? I almost crash as Lando Norris. Oh. Brinksmanship. This guy, says Lando. Cheeky shot of Max Verstappen unleash the lion. That's a good picture, that is. Oh, and by the way, your boy needs to get a bloody picture up of... there is merch if you're interested for Christmas. But your boy's slipping. What's going on, Snowline? I hope you're good. YouTube recap said I've watched 109 of your videos this year and you're number one on my top 3 most frequently watched channel. You know who I appreciate. I appreciate you guys letting me know this in the first instance. Lando stress level +1. I tell you what, I appreciate you guys. You guys thanking me. Now I should be thanking you. I'm privileged that you guys watch and comment and engage, correct me, fact check me, hold my very noddy B spec level F1 feet to the flat. I appreciate you guys for doing that more than words might convey, more than I say. This guy, you're a legend. You're a legend, Outlaw. They keep using this guy, don't they? And Outlaw's alluding to the fact that Zach Brown, once upon a time in the past couple of weeks, referred to Max Verstappen as that Max guy. And then he says that Max is like the guy in the horror movie that every time you think he's unalived, all of a sudden he pops back up. That Max guy. Let's go. It's a backhanded compliment, isn't it? Trying desperately to undermine him whilst all the while giving him the praise that he's not insubstantial talent so demand. That Max guy, 200 off first with a medium to soft is impressive. He's not looking too bad, Andre. Chucky pinned that back to the scene of the worst F1 crime ever. I always have mixed feelings about the race in 21. I was thinking that. Can you imagine Lewis going back to here? He might not ever want to go back to here ever in his life. It might be traumatic in and of itself. But fair play. 600 of you watching concurrently. I'm grateful for each and every single one of you, for you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, watching, listening to, and talking about the weird and mucky world that is F1. Save the engine for what? For reliability issues, potentially. You want to chill out. I suppose not save additional power units, but there is something to be said for mechanical empathy, right? Per Prost versus Senna in 1989, there's only one time when Prost actually finished ahead of Senna on track. But Senna was so mercurial and demanding of his wheels underneath him and the mechanicals and the engine that he DNF'd 1,000 gazillion times. With your support, who knows where this channel can go. Jomo, you're a legend, mate, and far too kind, mate. I hope you and yours are well. Jomo, god tier level piston head. I hope the God, mate, that golf I'm a bit jealous of, Jomo. I wish that I never saw that. A cheeky some Mark 5, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, to be a piston head. 400 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. T-minus 47 minutes left on the dockets and 12 seconds to be precise. Here we go. Lando Norris on a lap. Well, not yet. Mediums. 6 lap hold. Everyone's getting sim races in. It's going to hot up towards the end of the session. Last 10 to 15 minutes, it will get techier than techie things. I just checked my recap too, and of course, Cameron CC tops the list. Let's go, Umarch. It makes me happier than you might realise when you got... I try to build a community, a fan channel per se, if that's the right term. But it can't just be me talking by myself. It has to be a conversation. It just has to be. That's the hill that I'm prepared to unalive on. Do you know what I mean? Does Oscar play papaya if he loses? Well, I hope that McLaren goes for max flexibility in that race. Is Oscar prepared to... It depends where Oscar is. I don't think he's going to give up a win. But would he give up a 4th place? I don't know. How much can one man give? If your name is Oscar Jack Piastri, well, you didn't shadow ban me for having several different political beliefs. I have been on here since to jump your channel. Macon, come more. I try to keep it apolitical. You know me already because it's too techie. The one time that Peter Windsor mentioned the E word, it was, oh, don't you dare talk about politics, Windsor. How very dare you? So I was like, okay, maybe you might want to stay away. It's not a political channel. It can't be, Macon. It can't be. No, it can't be. Oh, right. Got an Isaac Hajar tops your timing sheets on a 24.167. Behrman on a 24.201 shortly thereafter. Max Verstappen 24.5 on mediums. Top 2 on softs. Sainz similarly. Mediums 24.7. It's a good split, but it's not a good split. Everybody's on mediums apart from Ocon, Behrman, Hajar, who are on softs. Hulkenberg and Colapinto out here on the hards. Why? Sim run settings, of course, but here we go. Max Verstappen, come of the hour, come of the man. What's the word? Electric. They're scared of 5 titles, Sarah. Go on, and Max Verstappen takes his foot off the pedal in sector 3 here. 30.7 as plays. Isaac Hajar's 30.5, but he was purple in sector 1, a 17.238. One to remember. Jomo Golf. He's at Mark 4. There we go. The peak golf one. The beginnings of the R32 iteration, if I recall correctly, Jomo. Not like I'm not a Volkswagen expert anymore, but first car I ever had, I wanted it to be a G40, but my dad ended up getting me, bless Cameron Senior, ended up getting me the standard old Golf. What would Alonso do this race if he leads another DRS train like last race and he could decide the championship? Oh, the humanity, Hans. I think Alonso being a racing man's racer wouldn't have been necessarily... He's a dog chasing cars. Is Fernando El Pan Alonso, man from a weird or a story. He just god tier racing IQ. I never forget when I spoke to some paddock insiders many moons ago and asked them who the best racer was. Lando Norris goes a 24.3, rounded. God tier purple set to 3. I asked them who the greatest F1 driver currently on the grid was, and they all said to a man and woman that it was Fernando Plan Alonso. That he has this, they told stories about how he has this god tier racing mind, that he always knows his delta in front and behind. He knows strategy A, B, and C, and what lap he would need to come in on. Who's just got he just knows everything. He has this weird, uncannily acute F1 mind that nobody else, if ever, in F1 history has had. McLaren are sandbagging, aren't they? Let's have a gander. 24.3. Perhaps. Perhaps. They shouldn't be, though. If Hamilton didn't screw Alonso, he would have won. Oh my gosh, yes. Are we going to get that? It's early on, mate. T minus 42 minutes and 35 seconds left on the docket. Are we getting that techie already? Techier than techie things to say that Alonso screwed Hamilton. Did Alonso screw Hamilton in... Sorry, excuse me, the other way round, Yasser. Did Hamilton screw Alonso in Hungary, as an example? Or did Hamilton screw Alonso at... There's a couple of different examples here of Alonso seeding nicely. Did Hamilton screw Alonso? I don't know. There's examples there, but I can't remember them, Yasser. All are welcome. You're far too kind, mate, and I appreciate you, sir. We are all more alike than different, no matter who you are, who your favourite driver and teams are. It's important context there, mate. I don't want to get to Timothy Robbins on you. I don't want to get to motivational speakerish, but touche, mate, and I appreciate you always, sir. Your contribution is invaluable. Fans of the sport above all, Miss RS has agreed. No, it's nice that. It's nice that. It's beginning Macon to look alike like Christmas. Of the message. It's a beautiful message that we're all more alike than we are not. F1 United. Should I rename the channel to that, Darius? F1 United. I was tempted to rename it to Verstappen.com on the suggestion of a naysayer, an abbot of unreason. There needs to be a live bingo game with Cameron's favourite phrases like it's techie, they're techie. Aki, you've said something there. That's chaos. You've actually said something there. Very interesting. You've said something there. We all bleed red ultimately. The red of Scuderia Ferrari. Russell Corsa. Is it Russell Corsa? I can't remember the name of this colour. That is genius, eh? That is absolute genius. I like that a lot. Two minus 40 minutes and 5 seconds left on the docket. Bloody no, that is brilliant. Look at this. Should it be nice in combat, says Sarah. F1 United would be simply lovely, says here. F1 United works, but Verstappen channel is even better. At some point, maybe it becomes a Red Bull Verstappen stand channel and I spin off the rest of the F1 stuff so that you guys don't need to listen. Thanks for showing me these nails, TV director. I needed that. Now the camera didn't. Oh my gosh, I'm behind, chat. I haven't seen the nails yet. What's the point? What are we doing here? T minus 39 minutes left on the all-important FP2 docket. How far am I behind you guys? Oh no, to be fair, we were just on a break, so I might have missed the nails altogether. There's a big creator hit a while back of everyone that had F1 in their names. I wouldn't risk it. 100% Biocam. 100%. It's not worth it, is it? Cam, how are you feeling ahead of the big weekend? Nervous as fudge, Abbas. Nervous as fudge. Never said you should be nice in combat. It's the opposite. There's I feel like we're talking about the art of war here. There is something to be said for it. Matt should join the same team as Fernando for at least one season and do the Le Mans. Yeah, 100% T-Race. I don't think he'll join the same team as is in Aston Martin next year. Maybe. Perhaps. Go on then. T minus 38 minutes and 23 seconds left. Ollie Behrman still tops your timing sheets with a soft compound on. So T Isaac Hadjar on a 24.167. Get your words out, Cameron Norris, 24.3 rounded. Behind him, Maximilian Verstappen on a 24.3 also, but a tenth adrift of Lando Norris. That, ladies and gentlemen, is interesting. Oh, here's soft compound tyre running Max Verstappen. Let's go. I think he's going to be close for pole, chat. I'm not going to lie to you. You are 34 seconds behind my F1 TV. I'm always a little bit behind. Have you seen the Refactor F1 video where he uses all metrics possible to show why Max is the GOAT? You know, I've seen a couple of videos that I want to get the guy who, I want to get Mr. Windsor's friend. I'll get him on in. I will get him on in the end. He does all the stats. Watching and listening from Taiwan. Angel, you're a legend. I appreciate you. I just want to see Max battle with a great driver in the same car. Don't hate it, T-Racer. I don't hate it. I don't even know if we need to see in the same car. We need some massive level philanthropic behaviour and altruism. I don't think we need that. There will be riots. Much. I desperately think I disagree, sir. My opinion is orthogonal to yours. Can you imagine crowning a champion having a document published 3 hours after it? Oh my gosh. Well, Macon, that's what would have happened last race if Lando had won. We dodged a bullet, sir. Mark Slade, legendary settings. Former race engineer of Mika Hakkinen, if I recall. Sonoda enjoys Red Bull catering for one more time. Yeah, he's gone. Well, not necessarily, because he'll still be around, Kira. He's going to be a Red Bull Racing reserve driver. I live in the future. I was giving Cam the lag from New Zealand. Let's go, mate. Let's go, Cameron. Mr. V's statistical analysis was also great. Max topped that too. I've never. I know. I spoke to Mr. V once upon a time. He sounds like a good lad, but I don't watch his channel a lot. Not to say that he's not got to. T-minus 36 minutes left on the docket. Let's go. Let's go. 500 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. It means more than you might realise. Techier. Easy G than techie things. You know, somebody messaged me and said, Jed, said, oh, Cameron, what you want to do is stop using Maximilian Verstappen. Just call him Max. I was like, well, you may as well. Do you want me to delete the channel as well? Mr. Verstappen. Maybe I'll start using Max more often as opposed to Maximilian. But I'm a big fan of Top Gear, me, and they used to use all these weird signifiers, the not straights and bloody a tame racing driver. Half of my shtick comes from Top Gear, if I'm honest. Some say, do you remember all that? Big fan of Top Gear, and I'm stealing. Cameron is deserving of some algorithmic blessings. I need some new legend. Max on softs, and he ain't mucking about. Go on, let's have a cheeky look at Max Verstappen's lap time. 17.1 set to 1. That's quick. He's only 2/100ths off. He's going to top your time and sheets here. 36.0. Going to go about 4/10 quicker than this. 23.4. Don't hate it. Go on then. Over to you, McLaren. You guys put on some softs and let's see what you guys have got. Max Verstappen, of course, sets those on brand new, fresh, soft compound tyres. Max P1 now. That's why I like you, Cameron Top Gear references. Yes, sir. I just don't know what. Can't we have a bit of what I cannot do? I don't want to make this about me, but I can't be the same as everybody else. I just no one wants that. Might as well go and watch Sky F1 then, right? It's got to be different. Maybe I'll tone down the Maximilian Verstappen's a tad, but yeah, it's got to be different. It's got to be. Can we get a grand tour with Max Verstappen, with Cameron, Mr. Windsor and Chess? Oof. That would be a good show. Yes, sir. At some point, maybe. Just call him Verstappen. Al-Gaib and RB21 show. I don't know what that means. Too much you've missed him, mate. My other cat is called Maximilian. There we go. Got to be tech. It has got to be techie than techie things. Behemoth, Max Bull. I like Max Goat. Sticks. We have 600 of you in the chat concurrently. Like the stream. If, of course, you like the stream. It is actually Maximilian Verstappen. But am I not saying that? I don't pause because I'm rapping. Bloody no, look at this. Go with your instincts seems to be working at Macon. This is the thing. Paul Aaron in the chat. Where's your Red Bull? Not yet, Nick Marco. We're building up to. Oh my gosh, unsafe release. Sauber. What are we doing? Or Aston Martin, excuse me. I know it was a Sauber right first time, Cameron. Trust your instincts, sir. This is the point, John. I didn't realise his middle name. Yeah, no, I'm dropping bars, yeah, sir. That's his Maximilian Verstappen goat. I can't do Vergoten. No, I don't like that. Good effort though, Gen X. McLaren can't ask Oscar to help Lando. McLaren needs to give both drive. No, well, as of this morning, Darius, Zach Brown's come out and said something different for the first time. He's changed tact. You know what I mean? Stand down on egalitarian GP. Here's what he said. The legend that is Zach Brown in an interview with Craig Slater of Sky Sports F1. We're realistic. We want to win this drivers' championship. If we get into this race and it's becoming pretty clear that one has a chance and the other does not, we're going to do what we can to win the drivers' championship. It would be crazy not to. We're not going to not win the world championship because we're trying to protect a third or fourth place. It's a team sport. Well, you weren't saying that the other day, Zach Brown, on your bloody high horse when you went on to Beyond the Grid podcast with Tom Clarkson. Then it was, well, we're not going to sacrifice. Well, if it's 2007, if that's what needs to happen, then we'd rather that than what comes of playing favourites. Yeah, well, go on then, mate. And again, Jomo Legend out here shouting out Multiviewer. All of the metrics either side of your screen come to you via the legends over at Multiviewer. Go and download the Goatiest F1 app to have ever goated on a desktop or a laptop. 660 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour. There we go. Now there's a Lando Norris 23 flat. Oh, the humanity. 4/10 chat. 3.5. Oh, the humanity. Okay. Track evolution privilege. Potentially in worth a tenth. I'd say then. Lando currently about 2.5 tenths. Quicker than Max Verstappen's. Fix your fudging car. I need to get a meme of that, don't I? So I can leverage it every time I feel like the RB21 has sabotaged Max Verstappen's 4 soon to be 5-time attempts. Oh. Harry's King George Russell of Kingston Norfolk. But you see, Kira, you joke, but that's the channel, eh? The unique selling point. As annoying as it might be to some, I feel like born of that is the character of the channel. In the image of Top Gear. So Oscar Piastri 17-1, 36-4. Four tenths. He's going to go about Max Verstappen here. He might be a pinch quicker than Max. Purple microsectors in sector 3 from Oscar Piastri. Another purple microsector. Going to drop a 23.3, 23.2 maybe here from Oscar Piastri. Oh no, look at that, 23.7. What have I done there? What have I miscalculated? 36.3. Huh? I'm confused. How is he 3/10 drift of Max? Matches Max sector 1. Oh, sector 2, excuse me. 0.3 slower in sector 2 from Oscar Piastri, 30.2. Okay, so he lost 3/10 in sector 2. Cheeky mistake by Oscar Piastri in sector 2. On softs as well. Bloody no, Oscar. Come off the man, come off the hour. Piastri's overrated. Oh, I don't know, Hans. He didn't look overrated in the first half of the season when he was blowing everybody away. Cam is jinxing it with whiskey instead of no. It's not whiskey, John. Red Bull will come in the paid for sessions. quali and race. Last time though. The Last Airbender, you're a fan of that? I need some. It's got to be fun. It can't be so serious. I don't know. For me, in my humble opinion, F1 is F1. Excuse me. Is bloody Nora Sarah. Tres Carlos Sainz Vasquez de Castro, Senamo Rincon Rebollo Birth, Moreno de Armanda. I can't do the last one. De Anteruga. I can't. My Spanish is, Sarah, you're testing my Spanish here. I failed at the final hurdle, or fell. Norris types your timing sheets with 26 minutes left with a 123.083. 3.5 tenths. It's just round. 4 tenths quicker than Maximilian Verstappen. That's critical, eh? But again, he's done that. He's done that lap at a stage when the track is at an increased state of evolution. I'd normalise that for maybe a half a tenth, cheeky tenth. It's probably 2.5 tenths quicker at the moment, Lando Norris in his McLaren MCL39. Mis RS, I tried desperately. Un poquito de español, pero todavía no lo puedo hablarlo bien, porque me falta práctica para que sepa. You think Lando will risk to overtake Max Verstappen if he has the pace, or just stay behind? He shouldn't risk, Hans. But that feels like something that Lando might try and do. He's a moth to a flame, isn't he? As far as seizing defeat from the jaws of victory, this Lando Norris 1.0 chap, or maybe Lando Norris 2.0 rocks up and makes a mug of me. It is indeed Spanish Pascal. It's the only thing that, it's the only other language. Oh, I can speak a few other languages. I need to get some Dutch down me at some point. Natürlich. I always hear Matt saying natürlich, and it reminds me of my German. Yep, I remember from an old interview, but I had to look it up. ¿Dónde está biblioteca? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? T-Race, I think. Or L? I can't remember. La must be. Lando has no reason to risk overtaking him. For the avoidance of that, for those of you just dropping in, all Lando Norris needs to do is finish on the podium. Oscar Piastri lacking balance. Dilioro natürlich. Let's hope for such silliness. Hola supermercado, que la bancos por aquí. Oscar Piastri lacking for balance, says Ted Kravitz. Then that'd be some efforts in the last corner, idea, humanity. Your hair looks natürlich. Cameron in German would be so funny. Wie geht's? Es geht mir gut. Ich heiße Cameron. Haven't got it, candidate. Or Kira even. I'm in the money, go Max. Candidate, that's sacrilege, mate. As a Sir Lewis Hamilton original, that you're standing your position to profit from Maximilian Verstappen's success. There is a conflict of interest there, candidate. Of Susie Wolf levels. Subtitles, please, Cam. No entiendo, no hablo. I'm just saying, talking nonsense. Miss RS from my days back in Cuba. Oh, I have no idea what you said there, John. Mate, I'd butcher that, John, if I tried. Orting says apparently it has apple in the... Yeah, I promise you, there's no whiskey in here just yet. I would have lost all of my penchant for all things linguistic if I had. Piastri fudge lap. He's not doing well, is he? There will be a can of Red Bull in attendance, Scott. Germanic says, imagine Max in P1 and Lando in P2 during the race. Do you think Max will slow down so Landau has to race him and then maybe? So you're talking about it's reminiscent of 2016 and Lewis and Nico. I think Max will do most. I don't think there's many things that Max won't do to try and win a championship. I missed Mr. C-Tech in Joe. Es geht mir gut. Ich heiße Cameron. What else can I say? Ich habe ein Kaninchen. Ich bin ein Elfkind. Oh, it's just a long time away. The long time ago the Deutsch is. If Lando is smart, he plays it like Prost, just doing enough 100%. That's what he should be doing. But Oscar Piastri is going to bloody... Look at Oscar Piastri locking up the wheels. No balance all over the shop. We said that he'd struggle around here, didn't we? These short... Look, give Oscar Piastri a Qatar Grand Prix, a Losail circuit, and he's going to be God tier. The Sector 2, Sector 3, high minimum speed, long duration turns, threading the needle. That's Oscar Piastri's forte. But as soon as you throw into there Yas Marina with all of its bloody low minimum speed, medium duration, that like it just doesn't. It's not the same. He's not as quick. Oscar's going to drive and thrive even at those Silverstones and Qatars and Spa. Spa is Oscar's favourite track. He's a high speed merchant, so as soon as you get like, it's different around here, isn't it? It's just bring up the track from turn 10 or from turn. No, he's going to struggle, isn't he? From turn 10 all the way through to turn 16, Sector 3 is going to be a struggle for Oscar. And turn 6 he's not going to love. Or turn 6 he's going to struggle. Turn 6 and 7. So there are corners that Oscar won't like in each sector. Turn 6 and 7 won't like it. From turn 12 all the way through to turn 15. As Oscar Piastri underlines, that car is insane. I don't know how they're doing it. Do you know? Yeah, it's going to struggle here, Oscar is. And again, if you're a Max Verstappen fan, you will want for Oscar Piastri to remember who he is. Qatar needs to rock up. Qatar version of Oscar Piastri. But again, he doesn't like short corners, does he? Or low minimum speed corners. Is that a quote from the mustache painter in Austria? I have no idea, Darius. McLaren will destroy for Piastri so that they don't need team orders. Oh no. The conspiracy theories are coming in already. T-minus 19 minutes of Sky Sports F1 going to break, of course, just as everybody puts soft compound tyres on. And we're about to see some hot laps, which I don't hate. Of course, 600 of you in the chat room currently, do me a favour and smash the like. If, of course, you like the stream, 1% chance of rain. No, I don't think. Ascend. I don't think we'll get rain around here. I don't think so. Looking at the other end, the Alpine is a shocker. Might as well not even compete. True, Caroline. I concur. Legend Jomo. Out here, if you want to join, Jomo's just dropped a members link. Also, if you want to join, scan the QR code top right of your screen. Techie. If you think about it, CC, McLaren is stuffed if they win or not. Are they? Go on, explain. Expand. Bach. Say more. Rookie took Oscar's setup time. Oh yeah, also true. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Pato Award. Not necessarily a rookie, but doesn't matter, does it? Norris in the press looked as if he hasn't slept a minute. Always looks like that, Amory. 98. Always looks like that. I think the pressure will be getting to, but he'll be alright, Oscar. Lando. Excuse me. Mixing and matching my McLaren drivers. Give Oscar time. True also, Hamilton. Some say it's okay to play Stairway to Heaven whilst watching. Some say. As we get a cheeky Rihanna advert that I don't mind watching. Why are they showing Rihanna when she's about 10 years old? Isn't she like 40 something now? AI. What's the CC in Cameron's CC? Some say. I have no idea, mate. I just like, there's another channel called Patrick CC. Is it Patrick? Yeah, it is Patrick CC that I used to watch way back in the day. And I just like the way they see, like CC for the email thing, isn't it? They didn't Dubai flood last year either, humanity. I like the McLaren when it used to have those, the Dayglow MP44. Oh, the humanity. Raining in the desert reminds me of Vegas. Copycat settings. Max, I was once told that good content creators borrow, great ones steal. Cameron, what are you most excited for about next season? I think the moment of next season will be in testing to see who has the quickest car. The first day of testing, I just want to know who's nailed. There will be one team that nails it. Can you do a Jeremy Clarkson stick impression? Our tame racing driver. No, I'd have to pref one. Look at a carbon copy. There you go. I can't check in cars. Carbon copy of Cameron CC. I'm trying to think of a famous Clarkson line. Some say. Cameron community commentary. Let's go, Darius. Lock it in. If you're finding value in this, a like goes a long way, says Joe May. Concur, sir. Cam, I haven't even watched any of the FPs. Who's looking best so far? The McLaren looks quick, particularly in the hands of Lando. Oscar Piastri not getting there yet because he had to give up his car to Pato O'Ward. There were a gazillion rookies in FP1. A gazillion. Amongst whom Pato O'Ward, Iwasa, Crawford, I want to say, Aaron, or a couple of us. Did people see the robe Lando Norris was rocking? Behave yourself, Woody. Of what are you speaking, sir? Being a session down is no excuse. That gap to Lando. True also, Easy G. You know, Easy G, I didn't even read the user. I just read the statement. And as soon as I read it without looking, I was like, that has to be Easy G saying that. 23.0 time sheet topping lap from Lando Norris. T minus 14 minutes and 28 seconds left. Con carne. Let's go, Bayek. God, I don't hate it. It'll be pant-wettingly exciting this weekend, says Snow Lion. You're a legend. I appreciate you, Sir Complex. He's just not as strong here. It's Sector 2, Sector 3. He doesn't have his high speed, right? He's always going to struggle. I mean, we did between me and Mr. Windsor, we did say, didn't we? We did say. Problem is, and again, Mark Hughes would concur. Problem is, as far as Oscar versus Lando, there's a couple of things that you learn as far as the way that they drive their car, their inputs, throttle and brake. Oscar's more binary, so he doesn't slide the car as much, and that would suit a Silverstone or a Spa-Francorchamps or a Qatar, around which there are loads of high-speed turns, medium duration, corners of long radius. Cameron Shishi, let's go. It sounds like Barry White eating wasps. Oh, the humanity. Some of you sound like a broken clock. Yes, says Izzy. So, says Izzy. Do I go Izzy or Issa? Can't say both. I must choose one. I like Issa. I do like Issa. I'll keep switching. I'm not hating Max. That Sauber is fast today. I expected to look over to their speed trap times and see that they were going a gazillion miles, but they're not. Interesting. Yeah, they are quick today. Go on then, Max. Are we going to put some soft compound tyres on here? Sim runs 18 laps on them. They're medium tyres. 1000 cc. Here's that Brown. Huh. I'd rather have Oscar winning than Norris. I think you're not the only person. There are many F1 neutrals around the world who don't have a dog in this fight, who are rooting for either of Max Verstappen or Oscar Piastri. Max's pace 29.6.3, 9.3, 29.2, 29.2, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5. Don't hate that. Tyres have stabilised. Let's go. I need to get those on myself. You know what? I can see that. That must be a multi-view especially. Yeah. Go on then, let's have a look. Yeah, he's very stable, Max. 29.2, 29.2, 29.2, 29.2, 29.3, 29.3. I don't hate that. On mediums, or let's have a look at Lando. Yeah, Lando's all about. He's not as consistent, but again, I feel like they might be checking out. Consistency is a good sign for Max. That is a really good sign. He's got the car underneath him. The car may or may not be quick, therefore. Oof. Crofty asking Zach Brown, you said today that you do everything that you can to win the championship. Let's go, Crofty. What are we doing? Team orders on now. Zach Brown says we've been very consistent. It's exactly what we've done all year. Release the hounds, chat. Release that. I shouldn't read all of it, should I, Safa? Huh. Okay, they'll ask. All right. So in summary, then, Zach Brown's saying if there's a championship in it and one driver's out of said championship and he can help the other driver, then they will do it. Bigger fanboy. Buck Menino. Hajar loves himself some Lewis. I don't know how wise that is for him he's being honest to himself, at least, I suppose. I remember one time I'd smashed Hajar. I was like, mate, you're going to talk all this Lewis stuff and you want the seat alongside Oracle Red Bull Racing champ Maximilian Verstappen. I don't know if that's smart, but at least he's being true to himself, I suppose. 600 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour, smash a like. We are rounding third base. We have T-minus 8 minutes and 20 seconds left on the docket. It really looks like a Jack Tunnel. You guys are loving the bottle. I'll get a cheeky Red Bull can and a straw for tomorrow, I promise. The big Leclerc. You got Junior Leclerc now. You got Big Leclerc. Leclerc, excuse me. I need to sort out my Leclerc pronunciation. Did McLaren deliberately undermine Piastri's championship? This is the $64,000 question rampant, for which no one has answers. Sometimes it looks and feels and smells a bit fishy. Sometimes, but I think we have proof of actus reus. I think what we don't have, sorry, excuse me, the other way around. I think what we don't have proof of is actus reus, but mens rea, 1000%, all over it. I haven't even spoke about Lewis. Again, this is Lewis's first session of the race weekend, of course, because Arthur Leclerc was in it in FP1, borrowing a car. I know. I apologise. It's not. But it's the lighting and stuff that I've got going on here. May the best man win. AKA Max Verstappen, says Buddy. Sabotage talk is BS. It's hard to prove. And Sega's standards dictates that extraordinary claims require to substantiate them extraordinary evidence. Do they not? Did you guys see how much Leclerc was fighting the car and I know. Sad times, eh? Very sad times, Daria. But hey, right, your boy needs to get a... Do me a favour, chat. This is important now. And I make no apology for flogging a dead dunk here as Max Verstappen. Have a look at this lap from Max. 18.0, but he's on 23 lap old mediums. So what else would you expect? Mr. Consistency out here. But I want to see Max put on a set of red labelled fresh soft compound tyres and go hard. You know what I mean? See some absolute terms. Pace is what I want to see. Right, your boy needs to do something, can't you? Whoever sang such a thing, whoever said something. It's a good song, that. We've got new merch out as well, by the way, guys. I should mention. I'll get this sorted for next session. Market leading. Your boys tinkered with the King Max thing because I didn't like it, so I've had to tinker with it. Need to be market leading, and we've got the Maxtrix. That's what the Matrix Max Verstappen merch. It's not half bad. I'm gonna get a cheeky link now so you guys can see it. Sorry, chat. I know I'm going silent, but I want to show you guys this. So you guys. Oh, for crying out loud. That's so annoying. 700 of you in the chat. I put a link in there. Let me know what you think about that, guys. Is that something? I need to get a poll out. You guys need to tell me what's going on. Right, I've pinned some merch in the chat. Forget the photo. Can we have your merch with Cat? It's coming, yes. I know you've been begging for it. It is coming. We need a Cameron and Ricardo singing duo. No, I couldn't. I can't hold the candle. Let me know what you think about the Max Verstappen merch. Top left, top right. Click on it. By dint. Yeah, by dint. I've only got like 3 words that I use all the time. My lexicon is very narrow. Just got my go-tos. Aegis. Don't lose hope. Already, guys. Keep the faith, says Easy G. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think about that match. I want with Over Humanity. I promise it's coming, yes, I promise. If Max wins WDC, then I want that t-shirt. Do you like it, Bandit? It's all right, isn't it? We need an OJ to 81. 100%. I promise you all the things. I'm going to get it. I will get them sorted. What's the Jedi reference on the Max t-shirt? It's Neo in the Matrix. Come on. Come on, Cood. You know, it's Neo in the Matrix stopping the bullets, right? With the code behind him. That's the reference. I thought you guys would get that anyway. Let me know if it's a goer, or maybe I just delete the design. Love your videos, but your live coverage is poor. Fucking. Cheers, Bubble. Why not show the Do you see this chat? We're having a conversation about this earlier. Your live coverage is poor. Why not show the circuit and the driver standings instead of you hogging 2/3 of the screen? Why not show the circuit and the driver standings instead of 2/3 of you hogging the screen? Because, Bubble. So it's a good shout. It is a good shout, and I could easily go small and just. But it's a watch along, and to watch along, you guys gonna need to see me watching along. Is the truth, Bubble. I mean, I could do like every other channel does it and make myself super small, and then you can see all the light. I don't know. Maybe we go with that. Right. Let's get a cheeky poll out. Maybe you're onto something here, Bubble, but we're going to find out. I'll put it to the people. Why not make the track bigger? Flipping joke. Okay, watch alongs. Yeah, Yasser, this is what I'm saying. I'm glad that you said that. Make go small for watch alongs. Right, I need to word this question properly because it's important what you guys say. Watch alongs go small, make track big. And be honest, chat, because I'm guided by you here. My watch alongs are poor. Cheers, Bubble. Like, do you know what I mean? Merry Christmas to you too, Bubble. I love your videos, but your live coverage is poor. I think, Bubble, a lot of people come to the channel to see reactions because in this era of AI, some people just want to see a human react, is my opinion, Bubble. And the reason why I know that is because as an old head who ingests a lot of content, far too much. This is Techie T, 100% Yasu is coming. A lot of content. Sometimes I just want to see a person react to something that I'm watching, Bubble. But yeah, listen, I'm not for everyone. Ultimately, I think what's happening here is 59%, 58% of you say no. It's closer than I thought. I'll leave that up there. 74% as I'm waxing lyrical. Here's my thinking. It is not allowed. F1 has the rights. You can't show their footage. Is that what Bubble's saying? Show the footage. I don't think Bubble's saying show the footage. I think Bubble is saying... I think what Bubble is saying... Let's go back and read this. It's an important point. No, Bubble's saying, why not just show the circuit, make the driver standings and the circuit bigger. So there's nothing, the driver standings can't go anywhere because that's just the driver standings. They're as big as they can get, Bubble, to your point. I could make the circuit a little bit bigger, but I don't know. So 59% of you are saying, no, Cameron, don't go small. I'll leave that up there and you can vote on it. I just want to see... I want to look somebody in the whites of their eyes. Do not change a thing. You're a legend. You know who. I appreciate you. But again, it's a fan channel. Do you know what I mean? So I'll be guided. Some say his commentary is techier than a Stephen Hawking pit stop, but Cameron's channel put Hawking in the water to become the techiest channel. In the world size, but you're a legend. I think sometimes you want to see somebody like react, right? Don't you? You want to get all the bloody... What do you want to see the track for? I understand it enhances your viewing pleasure, but I mean, you can see, like, what are you... I don't know. Anyway, you know what, Bubble? I want to see full data. I can watch Gamer. So Cameron F1. Kira, you're a legend. I appreciate you. There are channels out there who go super small and you can see all the data and bloody... unique selling point settings. How about Cameron B? Let's go, you know who. Let's go. 61% of you agree, and I appreciate you. If the track went up beside your head, it would be clearer to see. Maybe. What do you mean? Like this? Shit. Like this? No, I don't like it. No, I'm not a big fan. Let's leave it like that. Right, done. You guys are legends. Look, I'm going to run away. 640 of you in the chat. Do me a favour. I just tune in for the ASMR. That is Cameron's voice and vocabulary. I appreciate you need to. Yeah, sadly, Bubble, what you got to realise is that never try to please the minority at risk of upsetting the majority. Never. 58 is closer though than I thought, to be fair. 58%. Maybe one day I'll make it. Predictions for tomorrow. We'll go for those later tonight. Friday night show, 8 p.m. British. You guys are legends, each and every single one of you. 611 of you watching concurrently, and I appreciate each and every single one of you more than words can convey. Between now and next time, 8 p.m. tonight, we go live probably 60 minutes before qualifying, 30 minutes before FP3 tomorrow morning, and 60 minutes before the race proper final. Never change. John, you're a legend. I appreciate you to the moon and back. Legends one and all. Between now and next time, the prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.